Welcome back to Dashcam Diary of a Disabled. Just got done shopping. Oh man, I don't feel good. There's still too much pressure and strain on the right part of my neck. If I should have had him adjust it. It went back. I think it went back out when he adjusted it. I don't know. Oh, it's been a really rough morning, guys. Oh, my water's done. Dang. Oh, my dog food's on top of my water. Oh, I just want to open the water so bad. I don't care which kind. Open sesame box. And you know what really grinds my gears, guys? Is that before carbonated water got really freaking popular, they used to sell them in 12 packs. Now, they only make them in 8 packs, majority of the time. And they charge the same amount of price as they would for a 12 pack. When they used to sell them in 12 packs. I don't know why there's a freaking trend of 8 packs. Who does that? Sparkling water? Oh my god, my stupid phone. Hold on, guys. I really do want to buy like a real dash cam, like a dash camera, so I can record traffic and record things and the stupid ways that people drive, and also have a camera that's like mounted on my dash so I can just really easily just download it or like transfer it or have it go directly from the camera or whatever I end up using, and just like automatically download it. They need to make programs that are easier and like products that are easier to be able to get directly to the websites that you want. Please, somebody invent that. Any of you guys that watch me and that are tech savvy, like, please invent that. I would love to have my dash cam be able to go directly to the internet from, out and about, but that would mean like Wi-Fi upload and download speed, and well, cell phone companies aren't equipped for that, I guess. I don't know. Get in your own lane, buddy. Anyways, truck in the right lane was kind of riding the line a little bit, so it made me think that he was trying to get in my lane with no turn signal. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm still in a lot of pain. Even after my chiro visit, usually I feel a lot better after a chiro visit, but I actually feel worse today. I actually feel worse. Well, I don't feel as bad. Well, I feel maybe just about the same as I did before I went to my appointment now. With the exception of, I know there are a couple things that are back aligned, but I think these patches are just not doing their job anymore. They just can't. They can't. My body screams louder after I get some relief for a while. It's like hypersensitive. Like, I really am tempted to go back to steroids now, but I'm kind of like dumbfounded. I just don't know what to do besides surgery, because surgery is the only thing that gave me relief last time from this continuous cycle of progression and disintegration of my connective tissue on the inside. It's just getting wasn't anywhere near where it is right now. It is absolutely in the wrong place. Everything is in the wrong place right now. That freaking hurts. A partial dislocation feels, I think, just as bad as, if not worse, than a regular full-on dislocation. I have to take that off. I can't breathe. I need to redo the lacing in the back to make sure that it's tighter on some parts of it. Tighter up here, looser here, and then tighter down at the bottom. I'm sorry guys, I am just so useless with pain right now. That's all I can think about. Oh, my right hip. My right hip. And I'm still gonna take Stormy to the park and go play with her, despite how much pain I'm in. Because I didn't take her yesterday. I had an off day. And she really needs to go. She really wanted to play so badly last night, guys. Oh my gosh. I was trying to get as much work done as possible with my beading and making my necklaces with QR codes. Here's one of my new ones, guys. Here's one of my new QR code necklaces. Isn't that cute? So now I'm going to start getting into more necklaces and lanyards that are not so much pot related and more candy related, but still have the QR code for the dispensary. Because what you really need to do is have diversity in your product. Unless if you find one certain product more popular than the others, then you need to aim and strive for the product that is similar and close to others. So I'm thinking I have 10 bracelets and 5 necklaces made now. So I have 15. And I have a total of 50 of those QR codes that are correct in the black color, and then I have 50 that are green that I have to use a Sharpie on to color all the scanned barcode or QR codes black, because as much as it can work with the green, the phone cameras don't pick it up very well. So he made the order right by sending me 50 extra. So I have like over 100 of these QR codes. Well, I have 100 QR codes for this dispensary, and I only have 15 products made out of the 100. So I have a lot more to go through. And these beads are not going to do me any good by keeping them and using them for other things, except for maybe passing them out for free to other people. So I'm going to make a deal with them, since I know the QR codes don't work very well on the green ones, and it's going to take extra time. It's like, is it worth my while to use the green ones at all, period? But since they don't work very well, they work better with the black, but still they don't pick up as well as the black printed beads. They just don't, regardless. But they still do work. I just have to put extra work and time into it. So it's basically, they're getting free work out of me because of the 50 wrong QR codes that don't work very well. So I'm basically just going to have to charge them basically nothing, because I didn't get charged for those. So I'm going to give them 50 free ones, and then I'm going to charge them for the other 50 that I made. So in total, they're going to have 100 altogether to be able to sell. Whereas I didn't get charged for the mess up ones that don't, He sent me those for free on his own dime, the guy that printed them for me. And you can make those beads a little bit smaller for the QR code. He can. He did it for himself, for his own. But yeah. I think he messed up and printed the wrong QR code when he sent me a I met this guy in the Facebook Messenger group for the candy crafting. They call it candy because it looks like those candy necklaces that you used to get as a kid, which they still sell. But that's why they call them candy. It's candy. So they called it candy crafting with a K. That's not the original spelling of candy. It's candy with a K. And so they have a Facebook group on Facebook, Candy Crafters United. And then when all these freaking messenger groups decided to be popular, and everybody and their freaking mom decided to create a messenger group in these Facebook groups, even my support groups, like I got invited to like hundreds of freaking messenger group chats automatically right when Facebook decided that it's going to like push that as being popular, which it is, which I used to be part of like a cell phone text message group with just friends that I know with phone numbers. And then I got invited to one with my friends, but the majority of all my Facebook Messenger chats, they're all just like from all these support groups of medical problems and other Facebook groups that I join of my hobbies and interests. But those things be going off all the freaking time. I know I don't sound as proper speaking like this, but I'm freaking lazy right now, and I'm using less words to describe what I need to be doing. It be like that. And I like to say true dat with a DAT instead of that. I like to play on words. I like using verb terminology and describing words and pronouncing them on purpose or wrong at times for the hell of it, for fun. Because it is kind of one of my pet peeves to be corrected when I say the wrong word, even though my mom damn well knows what the hell I'm talking about. My mom has this annoying trait of correcting me when I use the wrong word for something. She corrects me in a stern tone. And it's like, get over yourself. You know what I flippin' meant. Nobody likes to be freaking corrected if they're wrong. Let me be wrong. I don't care. I don't care if I'm wrong. Let me be wrong. I'm not perfect. I don't care. But to be corrected, it's part of my generational trauma. Like, just growing up is part of my trauma from growing up, childhood. My childhood trauma, I guess not generational trauma, it's my childhood trauma of, it just made me feel like I was stupid all the time. I just, like, I couldn't do anything right, and I had to be perfect and have perfect manners, perfect everything, because I am a direct reflection of my mom. Like, she used to use that so much when I was growing up. She used that so much, or you know better. Like, these are negative parenting styles that have came out in society in recent years. I've watched lots of mental health stuff and, things that say certain terms and phrases that don't help a child learn, but really make them more self-aware and more it doesn't give kids confidence, that's for sure. It took all my confidence away as a kid, and so I had poor self-image. I always was in fear of doing the wrong thing, and so my parents my mom in particular used more fear-based parenting techniques to try and gain control over her children that were on the spectrum, that weren't perfect, but in her eyes, her family and everything was perfect. And it's always been kind of a thing with a lot of my mom's side of the family, and I'm not sure what like mental health diagnosis it would fall under, if it's OCD or I don't know. As much as I've self-diagnosed and I've helped other people get diagnosed with certain things, It's because I recognize patterns, and I recognize when somebody complains about something and I ask the right questions, I can kind of figure out and basically be a doctor to somebody. I try not to give unsolicited advice. I try not to like brag or like, I don't know what the words I'm really looking for, but like the behavior kind of comes off as bragging and showing off or attention or a pick me kind of person, pick me person, like attention seeking, by bragging about, oh, I did this, I did that, da, 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 da. And it rubs some people the wrong way. Especially with a lot of the people that I grew up with in my generation in my town and stuff, and friend circles and such, it kind of rubs people the wrong way when you're having a good time. Because my friends, or so-called friends, are miserable in their own lives. They are unhappy. A lot of them have drinking problems. They're alcoholics because they don't know how to cope with their own feelings and their own miserable life, and they don't do anything to help themselves. That truly takes hard work to do. Everybody really wants to just be handed an easy fix, a pill, and keep on going and ignore everything that you should be paying attention to and you can change in your life. Things that you can change but don't, because they're just stubborn, I guess. I don't know. But a lot of the people I grew up with and became friends with were all like outcasts. You know, I was never popular in school. I was never popular, but I also never wanted to be like stereotyped. So I would not dress any certain way to be kind of like, even though I was more like the outcast group, or what they call the stoners, or, you know, outcasts, you know, we just don't fit in with the popular crowd because we don't do all the same, you know, curriculum, or, you know, after school activities or sports or that kind of stuff. We're all kind of the anti-sports kind of people, and we just like heavy metal music and that kind of stuff. Alright, there's a lot of people at the park today. What is this big group of people walking? I don't get it. Whatever. Man, so here are freaking picnic tables. Both are picnic tables that we usually like to use because it's more in the shade. People are at our tables, man. Now where are we going to play at? We're going to have to find a new spot to play, baby. Sorry. But I got ice cream that's melting in my freaking car now because the lines in Walmart were so stupid. They don't open up self-checkout in the mornings. And I'm glad I got in line when I did, because by the time I checked out, the lines were like all the way back to the clothing area. They had almost all, they have 6 registers that are not self-checkout. That's it. 6. I counted them. I stood there and counted them because I had a lot of time. And so I'm like, they spent all this money to put all these self-checkouts in just to decide we're not going to allow self-checkout, and we're going to only allow 15 items per self-checkout. And you can't do it in 2 transactions if you have 15 items and 15 items and pay separately. I've been reading also comments on other people's videos and stuff on YouTube complaining about the self-checkout at Walmart, and how like disabled people and their daughters may be shopping and use the same cart, and then their transactions are getting shut down while they're in the middle of scanning their items, and then the employees come over and say, sorry, you can't do this, you have too many items. And the employees are trained to stop people from doing that. And I know it's more location based than it is anywhere, because my friend in Vegas, the day that we had the huge argument and blow up, it kind of started and stemmed from Walmart, and it stemmed from self-checkout. And I was like pissed off because they told me I couldn't do self-checkout, and I had to go through line. So I ended up having to go through the line while my friend went to self-checkout. Even though she had more than 15 items, she got away with it. She's like, I always get away with that. I'm like, I don't. And I mean, that, you know, the argument started over something else completely, but I just need to go out to the car, and she has issues with keys because she had been carjacked and robbed and mugged and ran over with her own car. So I understand the PTSD, but like, her PTSD was misdirected at me, and then she was full on trigger shut down. She was shut down, and she couldn't communicate effectively. And that started a huge fight between us, and just nitpicking at every little thing between both of us, because I was triggered, she was triggered, and both of us couldn't function and communicate effectively. Essentially is what really started the argument, and what ultimately led to me unfriending her on Facebook, because she needs to get her head in a better space. She's living in too much fear. Just like I've been kind of living in a little bit too much fear lately, only because of my PTSD. And because of my VA appointment coming up on Friday, and my experiences with every VA doctor ends up in total disaster usually. But really, it's not just VA doctors, it's really doctors in general now, with the state of healthcare in the United States. If you're not from here or live here and watching me, it's really sucky. But anyway, I better get out and get Stormy played with, so I can get my groceries home and go. So thanks for tuning in, and have a fantastic day. Peace out.